Justice Gamble, senior, wide receiver, Stratford.
Marquise Holloway, senior, wide receiver, Magnolia.
Amir Atkins, freshman, wide receiver, Lawnside, New Jersey.
Nico Jolene, senior, right guard, Magnolia.
Steven Dyson, senior, right tackle, D-line, Blackwood, New Jersey.
Kenny McCardle, junior, right tackle, DN, Laurel Springs.
Josh Hernandez, sophomore, running back and linebacker, Summerdale.
John Crawford, junior, tackle, D-end, Laurel Springs.
Javier Cortez, senior, offensive tackle and nose guard, and Lindewald.
Eddie Sears, junior, defensive end, tackle, Stratford.
Liam Crawford, freshman, center, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Julian O'Donnell, sophomore, running back, linebacker, Magnolia.
Jaden Davis, sophomore, running back and linebacker, Philadelphia.
Josiah Lopez, senior, tight end linebacker, Stratford.
Adam Harbert, senior, wide receiver, corner, punter, Stratford, New Jersey.
Jared Escobar, senior, kicker, Summerdale, New Jersey.
Dio Emerson, senior, wide receiver, corner, Summerdale.
Terrell Lewis, junior, running back, Stratford.
Jathan Chandler, senior, quarterback, Woodbury, New Jersey.
Vincent Capozzoli, senior, middle linebacker, Stratford.
Jermaine Stewart, freshman, running back and linebacker, Summerdale, New Jersey.
Will Nicholas, freshman, outside linebacker, tight end, Stratford.
James Hall, senior, running back, defensive back, Magnolia, New Jersey.
Jules Lopez, senior, manager, Summerdale. Callie Winters, junior, manager, Laurel Springs.
Howdy, y'all. It is Spirit Week here. It's Country versus Country Club Day, and now I'm here on the set with Coach Desmond Wiggins for the Coach's Corner. So, Coach, obviously last week was a tough loss to the Gloucester Lions. Talk about some things that could have went better or more your way during that game.
Yeah, with Gloucester, I would say, well, again, thanks for having me, and you look mighty country today. But yeah, with Gloucester, again, we knew going off into the game, they were a very, very physical team. And so we really emphasized this week of just being physical from the beginning. But one of the things that I would say is that we've been starting off really good, and then basically we've been getting kind of worn down. And so that's one of the things I think has to pick up for our team, and one of the things that has to continue to grow is that we have to understand that we have to play an entire 48 minutes and really just being ready to play 48 minutes compared to just playing first or second quarter.
And week by week, the offense looks to click a little bit better, but the turnovers have been the Achilles heel.
Right.
Talk about how the work in practice makes the offense just kind of click and get better week by week.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the timing, familiarity, guys basically, running routes. Just like I said, anything, especially with football, everything's based on timing. So quarterbacks being able to, deal with the receivers more, vice versa. Same thing with the offensive line, knowing how guys are sliding, stepping, all those things like that. So I think more camaraderie. And like I said, this year we've had a lot of makeshift with our offensive line. We've only had our starting offensive line for 2 games this entire season. So it's been a lot of just each week by week, just trying to get the timing down and trying to get it together as a whole. So yeah.
You mentioned timing and then makeshift. Are there any other adjustments that you think have caused the offense to progress a little bit as the season moves further?
Yeah, I think, again, like I said, it's those 2 main things. And, again, even another word I could use, too, as well, is just learning each other, right? Like with offensive line, and especially with receivers and different ones, like even as a running back, they have to know how the offensive line is blocking, how they're setting up their blocks. Each guy is different. And so when a different guy comes in, it's just different how they're moving, how they're doing certain things. So, again, it's timing, adjustments, getting used to one another, and I think that's continued to help us throughout the week.
And then defensively, you guys have been forcing a couple turnovers within the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that a scheme fit, or is it the players going out and making great plays out on the field?
It's a mixture of both. I mean, of course, the players have to, they talk about the Joes and the guys up front. They have to do their job. But again, it's us scheming each week to make sure that we're putting our players in the best place to be able to make plays. We're not the biggest team. We know that. We understand that. So a lot of times we try to send blitzes, try to send different and try to use numbers as much as we possibly can to use our advantages. But I think this past week, we've been making sure we're adding up pressure and just continue to just get at it.
And obviously it wasn't the result that you guys wanted against Gloucester, but
Absolutely.
again, every week by week when we come to watch you and do the games, you guys look a lot better, but we don't see you guys every day by day. Talk about how players get better day by day in practice.
Yeah, so with practice, it's just the consistency of just doing the small things and the little things. A lot of times there are not things that jump out on tape like in a game, but day by day there's little things, just teaching guys of how to use their hands, how if they're playing contain or if they have, their responsibilities of if they're a 2-gap player, 1-gap player, just different things that we have to make sure that we're noticing, where their hand placement is, where their feet placement is. And so each day we go over those things with them consistently so that stuff shows up in the game. A lot of times people will see a sack, like one of our kids had a sack and actually he did the wrong thing but got a sack, right? And so like we told him, okay, good job, you made a play, but still you continually do it that way, it won't go that way. It just happened to go that way that play. So we're just making sure that we're emphasizing like playing football the right way consistently day by day.
And then Friday night, the Haddonfield Bulldogs roll into town. Talk about a couple of things that you need to go right in order for you guys to have success.
Absolutely. Well, number one, they're a very, very disciplined team. They're not the most athletic team, but they're extremely, extremely disciplined. They've learned how to play together, how to play as one group. So one of the things that we're going to have to do all game is, like I said, we're going to have to be really, really sound. They move a lot. You guys are going to probably see this too as well on Friday night. A lot of motions, a lot of shifts, a lot of going back and forth. So what we have to do is just make sure that when they're shifting, we're just adjusting to the numbers, doing what we have to do, set up our defenses, and just make sure we're ready to rock and roll and play.
Yeah, and then a lot of other sports around the castle consider Haddonfield to be a rivalry game.
Absolutely.
Do you treat it the same way? As obviously being a former player, you know that it is a rivalry game.
Of course.
So give us a little insight on what it means, not only now as a player, but as a coach being a part of this rivalry between Haddonfield.
Yeah, it's interesting. Haddonfield, just for every sport for us, I think in the castle is a big deal. I think Haddonfield and Collingswood, to me, just kind of circled those boxes. And one of the things I believe we want to eventually bring fully, and I would love to bring fully to the castle, is that it becomes not so much just a one-sided situation of like trying to get to that point of where they are, but they're trying to get to the point of where we are. It's funny, you just mentioned about Haddonfield, like even in my mind right now, going back 20 years ago when I was here in school, I remember just even our boys and girls basketball. I remember Jess Kopsky and Tara Donahue. Like it's like it's always been a thing between the two schools, and so we want to make sure that we bring it back to the place where we become the dominant figure in it, and we want to do that, especially definitely for football.
Yeah, and then next Thursday, you guys have added a game to the schedule against Maple Shade that'll be at home. Talk about why you want to add another game to the schedule and why you want to end your season against Maple Shade.
Absolutely. So we wanted to definitely get another game in for the kids, just to be able to learn, develop, grow. And Maple Shade was more of a comparable team of what we've kind of been playing, especially where we're at and where they are too as well. They're a building program, so we're a building program. And it wasn't a hard get because actually the head coach of Maple Shade is actually my cousin. So it was an easy get to be able to make that phone call, get the game scheduled, and get it rocking and rolling, and we look forward to it.
Now, obviously, you're going to have to put the family part of it aside while you're out there coaching. And
Absolutely.
Then, obviously, you were a student here. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. I'm dressed up for Spirit Week. Do you have any Spirit Week memories that you'd want to share with us here on the Coach's Corner?
I guess so. So yeah, I got my country club pants on today. I love these kinds of things in high school. It was a great time being here. I love Sterling High School. Of course, that's why I'm back here doing what I'm doing. But what I would say from Spirit Week, only memory I do have a memory of I participated in Mr. Sterling. I did not win. And it's funny, one of my kids who I coach, his uncle went to school with me and graduated with me. And so the kid came in and played a song for me when we were going to study hall. And he's like, "Coach, you remember this?" And he played a song of the song that I danced to at Mr. Sterling, and he reminded me. So it made my day, made me laugh, and made me think of memories here. And we had a great time when I was here in high school.
Yeah, and then a last fun question for you, Coach. Yeah. Is there one player on the team that you see throughout the hallways that's been going like all out for Spirit Week, just every day coming in, dressed up?
Oh, man.
You could pick one player or a couple guys that have just been going all out.
Only one I can think of right now is Nico. He had the bear outfit on the other day. I don't know what he was dressed up as, but and of course he participated in Mr. Sterling. So that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Mr. Nico Jaleen. Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for this edition of the Coach's Corner Show. I'm Jake Clark, your rootin' tootin' cowboy for today, joined by Coach Desmond Wiggins. Have a great day.
Shout out to the girls soccer team too as well.
That's right, girls
Congratulations, guys.
soccer,
Wonderful
big
job.
win,
Wonderful
Coaches
job.
Cup. Have a great day, and as always, go Knights.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some Friday night football as the Sterling Silver Knights welcome in the Haddonfield Bulldogs on a gorgeous Friday night here at the Castle. Weather 63 degrees, winds blowing southeast at 7 miles per hour. Humidity at 79%, and tonight's forecast is a mix of cloudy skies and showers. We'll take a look at the WJFL constitutional standings as Camden leads the way with a 7-1 record. Haddonfield right behind them at 6-1. Haddon Heights at 5-2. Camden Catholic at 2-5. West Deptford at 2-6, and Sterling at the very bottom at 1-7. Going to send it down to Jake for the pregame show.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Strauss. It is a gorgeous Friday night here at the Castle. I'm joined by Principal Jared Claiborne, and we have a rivalry here on our hands between the Sterling Knights and the Haddonfield Bulldogs. Mr. Claiborne, what is your give us your thoughts on what's going to happen here tonight?
Listen, first of all, it's a beautiful night. I want to give a shout out to TV19 and this crew of mostly students making this night happen. I love your coverage. So thanks to all the guests from Haddonfield. I hope you guys are watching at home as well. You guys do a fabulous job.
Yeah, and now focusing a little bit on the game, Haddonfield's had a very successful season, and Sterling's going to have their work cut out for them here. Sterling has to look to diversify the offense a bit more, not just lean with strictly the run or the pass. So I'm going to ask you now, Mr. Claiborne, you think we're going to see them air it out a bit more tonight or keep it on the ground?
So listen, Haddonfield is one of the most technical teams that you'll play in this conference, and so we're going to have to be prepared to be disciplined, and we're going to have to mix it up ourselves because they'll be one step ahead.
And then just the last thing I have here is tonight's theme is the pink theme, and Jules is running in some sunglasses here for Mr. Claiborne. It's pink theme for breast cancer awareness, and I just want to say to everybody watching, whether you're currently going through it or you're a survivor, I'm wearing my cape here for you guys because you guys are all my heroes, and here comes Jules, here comes Callie. We're all wearing our pink, and we just want to let you know that we support you, and now I'm going to send it back up to the guys in the booth.
Thank you, Jake. Just me in the booth as Strauss had to leave because the replay system's broken. But we'll take a look at these two teams' records. Sterling at 1-7, Haddonfield at 6-1. You see the offensive and defensive points per game from both sides. Sterling 1-3 at home, Haddonfield 1-1 on the road. In the last win versus this opponent, Sterling has not beaten Haddonfield since 2017. And Haddonfield's last win coming in 2022. You see the overall records and winning percentages of both sides. Haddonfield's much stronger than Sterling's, both overall and league-wide. And you see the home and away records for both sides as well, and as well the records since 2015. And the series history since 2004, Haddonfield leading the series 16-4. Haddonfield's last win against Sterling coming in 2022. Sterling's last win against Haddonfield coming all the way back in 2017. And a gorgeous night here for some football here at the Castle. And we're going to listen in to the national anthem. So we are about to get things going here at the Castle, the final Friday night football game of the season for the Sterling Knights. We'll also have bonus coverage next Thursday, as Sterling will take on Maple Shade as the final game of the year. But tonight being the final Friday night football game covered here on Channel 19. We'll take a look at some of this history here. Haddonfield having a terrific season. Haddonfield with just one loss on the year, that loss coming to Camden. Camden is leading this division at 7-1, so two high-powered teams. And Haddonfield, again, their first loss coming to Camden. Next week, again, Sterling will host Maple Shade on Thursday. That'll be the final game scheduled this year. Also, Haddonfield is number 4th in Group 2. And we also have other teams, Cinnaminson, Gloucester, and Haddon Heights. Cinnaminson sitting at number 6, Gloucester at number 8, and Haddon Heights at number 10. But now I'm finally joined by Jay Clark here in the booth.
Great to be here with you, Brian. Phenomenal night here for football. It feels great down on the turf, and it was pretty cool to talk to Principal Jared Claiborne down there and just get his opinion on what's going on here tonight.
So Sterling will kick this one away, and the final Friday night football game is underway. A line drive kick takes a couple bounces, returned from about the 25, cut toward the middle past the 40, 45, and wrapped up at about the 47-yard line. So some good starting field position for this Haddonfield offense, led by the quarterback Declan McCarthy. And the running backs in the backfield, Dom Hahn and Charlie Klaus, and the fullback is Alex Grimes. Wide receiver Dawson Elliott and Patrick Ryan are the pass catchers, Patrick Ryan being the tight end. And then the offensive line, Nate Rolfing at left tackle. Left guard is Justin Lewandowski. The center, Jamison Sweeney. Right guard, Greg Flood. And the right tackle, Jack Tarditi.
And obviously this Haddonfield offense is a team that's had a lot of success. And Sterling's defense has forced a couple turnovers. So we'll have to see if that hot streak continues for them.
McCarthy with the give up past the 50 to the Sterling 45-yard line. So a gain of about 8. We'll look at the defense for Sterling. Marquise Holloway, the defensive back. Jaden Davis, Jermaine Stewart, and Josiah Lopez, the linebackers, as well as Terrell Lewis. The free safety, James Hall, and the cornerback, Jaden Ali Ward. And the defensive line, Denzel Wiggins, Rennie Kamako, Malachi Gould, and Liam Crawford. First pass is incomplete. Toward the far side, just misses the senior Matt Zeppetti, and it'll be third down.
And now Sterling has them in a third and manageable here. Got to be expecting a run play here, but with Haddonfield's talent on the offensive side of the ball, they could honestly go play action, maybe even air it out here on a third and short. Right in the middle of the field, could be 4-down territory for them.
So it'll be a third down and short from about the Sterling 45-yard line. McCarthy gives it to him. And there he goes past the 35, the 30. 25 cuts toward the outside on the far side, still going, and eventually taken out inside the 20-yard line. A good run there for number 22, Charlie Klaus. It's the first down of the game for Haddonfield.
Well, Klaus got a huge hole right there and was able to just pick a lane and bounce it outside and pick up a very sizable gain. And we talk a lot about what Bub Hall brings to the defensive end. Another touchdown-saving tackle from him there on the sideline.
So 1st and 10. Klaus takes it up the gut and falls forward to about the 5-yard line. And this running game for Haddonfield, very strong coming into it. I mean, their leading rusher, Dominic Hahn, coming in at 855 rushing yards on the year with 12 touchdowns. And Charlie Klaus, who has been the dominant runner on this drive, with 329 yards and 7 scores.
Yeah, and I think that the thing that's most impressive is the way that the offensive line has been creating space.
A quarterback draw, and that is in for the touchdown. Too easy there for Declan McCarthy.
Yeah, and as I was just talking about, we're going to take another look at this touchdown right here. Quarterback draw, and just look at how much space that offensive line gives McCarthy. Just runs it right up the middle. Ball crosses over the pylon, and the Bulldogs will be the first to strike here on the scoreboard.
So about a 5 or 6 yard quarterback draw touchdown for Declan McCarthy as the extra point is up and good. So Haddonfield will take a 7-0 lead with 10:19 to go in the first.
Hey guys.
Hey Strauss, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. It's a good night.
Glad you're with us, Strauss, and also glad you're with us here on Channel 19 for all you guys just joining us. I'm Brian McLaren along with Jake Clark and Connor Strauss. Will be taking you the rest of the way this Friday night.
Yeah, we take a look at quarterback Jathan Carter there, or excuse me, Jathan Chandler, my mistake. Jathan Chandler on the sideline, yet to have a drive here on offense.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
We'll have to see what the Sterling offense can do here against the very, very talented Haddonfield defense. Haddonfield having a tremendous season. They're 6-1.
And also Haddonfield, their point differential almost 160 comparing them. I mean, they've scored 212 points this year, now 219. They've allowed just 66 points all year.
Yeah, it's really impressive for Haddonfield how year in, year out, they're able to get such a successful football program, and it feels like that in all sports. They just keep getting talent, and it's really impressive to see how well they coach these teams.
They've only missed the playoffs once in their last 7 years. Very impressive. And a return past the 15, past the 20, and taken down past the 22, the 22-yard line. We'll take a look at this Sterling offense led by the quarterback Jathan Chandler. Then it's the running back Bub Hall. Pass catchers Josiah Lopez, the tight end, and the wide receivers Jermaine Stewart, Marquise Holloway, and Jaden Ali Ward. And the offensive line, John Crawford at left tackle. Left guard is Malachi Gould. The center, Liam Crawford. And on the right side, we have Danny Capabianco and Denzel Wiggins.
And Sterling has obviously had their struggles offensively, and I think that when we talk with Coach Dez, he understands that the turnovers really are the Achilles heel. But I think week by week, this offense, as we were talking about in the coaches show, is clicking a little bit better game by game, week by week.
Yeah, it seems like this offense is starting to figure out their identity and who they are as an offense. They've kind of mixed up their play calls.
We'll take a look at the Haddonfield defense. The secondary, Matt Zappetti and Dom Hand taking over the cornerback spots. The safeties, Dawson Elliott, Charlie Klaus, and Christian Pescatori. The linebackers, Matt Laprosido, Sal Benizio, and Patrick Ryan. And the defensive line, Justin Lewandowski, Nico Geyer, and Jack Tarditi. So it was a penalty against the Knights. That'll move them back 5 yards. It's a false start, so it'll be a 1st and 15 for them.
And that's another thing that hadn't really happened in the past couple weeks, but Sterling's had issues with all season, is self-inflicted wounds being unforced penalties. And obviously you had a good run there on first down that would probably put you at 2nd and 5. Now it's 1st and 15.
So 1st down and 15. Hall takes it, makes a nice cut, and is up to around the 20-yard line. So he'll get back that lost yardage on the false start.
Yeah, good run there by James Hall. He's able to find the hole, cut to the outside, and get a pretty decent gain. A couple yards after contact there for him, too, able to stay up on his feet.
And I think that the most impressive thing about that run there from Hall was his ability to just find a lane. It wasn't as clear as the Haddonfield offensive line made it for the running back in Klaus, but a nice job for Bub Hall. He just bounced it outside, found a bit of a hole, and was able to pick up a couple yards.
2nd down and 12 for the Knights at about the 20-yard line. Motion man, and a pitch out to Hall, moving toward the left side. And Hall will be denied. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Before he's taken down, it'll be a 3rd and long.
And now in a 3rd and long situation, we're going to take another look at this play right here. Pitches it to Hall. And Hall was stopped right in his tracks.
You take another look at it here. pitch play, and Haddonfield read it perfectly. Stopped right at the line there.
Was able to actually get about 2 on that play. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 from about the 22. Chandler with a man in motion. We'll give it to him. And it'll be a chance to throw maybe. No, he'll just take it himself and is ripped down at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, on the original motion there, it did look like he was going to try and throw the ball. It looked like he was in the throwing motion, but either didn't find a receiver or was trying to fool the defense a little bit and gets taken out behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it was Jaden Ollie Ward there that got the ball and looked like he was going to throw it. And I'm not sure that with an offense that's really struggling with moving the ball, that it's a play of trickery like that you need here. Just something safe, a staple in your offense there, maybe on 3rd and 10 to just pick up a couple yards.
So Sterling will boot this one away. Bounces to around midfield, then a cut up past the 40 to the 35, still in bounds, and we'll see where they spot it. Maybe to around the Sterling 30-yard line. Good field position otherwise for these Bulldogs who are already up 7-0.
Yeah, and a great, as you take a look at the hardcore super fans coming out to the game, pink out theme tonight. But a great punt there by Sterling. Got it to about the 50-yard line, but just a great return by Haddonfield. And they're close to the red zone right now. So.
Yeah, and with Coach Wiggins and even Mr. Claiborne down there on the sideline, the thing that everybody talks about this Haddonfield team is how technical they are. And they're going to be technical in their blocking, and they play well as one cohesive unit.
Should be a 1st down and 10 from about the 31. Here's a throw, fires over the middle. That pass almost intercepted.
Yeah, great attempt there by James Hall to almost come down with the interception there, but it looks like he lost his footing there. Great pressure by the Sterling D-line, though, to get to Haddonfield and not give him much time to throw the ball. James Hall almost had that one, just kind of lost his footing and misread it.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line. You saw Hall very frustrated with himself after the almost pick. 2nd and 10 for McCarthy. There's the give. Cut to the right side. There's some open space. Wrapped up just short of the 15-yard line. And we've talked about this running game for Haddonfield. They're 2 stars in that backfield with almost 1,200 yards combined going into this game.
Yeah, and with Sterling's defense, they do a great job of defending the passing game. If you're looking for one positive so far this season on the defensive side of the ball, they've done a really good job of defending the passing game, but they really struggled defending that run game. And when you have 2 very good runners and you're Haddonfield, it's tough to defend.
Pass toward the near side, caught, and wrapped up is the receiver, Frank Fianaka.
This is a good read here by the Sterling defense. They look to set up just a quick pass to the outside to try and get their player, their ball carrier, some time and space, and just nothing was doing. A great open field tackle.
2nd down and 5 from about the 13. McCarthy looks to pass again. Fires toward the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. This Haddonfield offense looking strong. That's Matt Zappetti with the touchdown grab. And we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, and this is a nice job on the slant route over the middle. Just beats his guy on the outside. Too much coverage, or too much cushion there, excuse me. Takes the cushion, takes the catch, and takes it into the end zone.
So another great play there by Haddonfield's offense. And there's a reason that this team has scored 212 points this season now, 230, and they've really shown it so far in this first quarter. They've been phenomenal.
First touchdown grab of the season for Matt Zappetti, 7th touchdown pass thrown by the quarterback, Declan McCarthy. So now a 14-0 Bulldogs lead, still with 6:19 to go in this first quarter.
And we're going to take another look at this. It just looks like there's a lot of cushion there from Sterling's cornerback. Number 9, Marquise Holloway. Just a little too much cushion on the outside. And the receiver, Matt Zappetti, just made a quick cut towards the end zone, and Declan McCarthy found him.
So Haddonfield set to kick this one away. 14-0 lead for the Bulldogs. 6:19 to go in this first quarter. Glad you're with us here on the final Friday night football game of the season for the Sterling Knights. I'm Brian McLernan, along with Connor Strauss and Jake Clark.
And for us, this is our last home football game.
Well, they actually added the Maple Shade game.
I think
for
that's
next
away, though.
Thursday. I thought it was here.
I also thought it was here.
Well, then I guess I'm wrong. I apologize.
Return just inside the 10, up past the 20 to the 25. A nice spin move by Hall, and then wrapped down to the 27-yard line. Hello, everyone. We're on camera. I'm Brian McLernan, Jake Clark, Connor Strauss here with you all today. And, yeah, the final Friday night football game of the season.
It's weird to think about how time flies.
It really does fly by. I feel like we were just commentating that first Lindenwold game.
So the ball spotted at about the 28-yard line. So that's where Sterling's offense will look to rebound after a 3-and-out. Chandler fakes the give, fires over the middle. That pass is caught. And Marquise Holloway out to the 39-yard line.
This is a great play call here to get a drive started. Fake the give and a quick hitter to Holloway over the middle of the field, who catches it just around the sticks.
Very quick release there from Jathan Chandler. He had time to throw, but he kind of caught the Bulldogs defense off guard by throwing it so quickly, and it benefited them with the first down.
So first down and 10 at about the 40-yard line for the Knights. Chandler fakes the give, moves out to his left. He'll try and use his legs, cuts toward the far side and wrapped up for a loss. Lose about 2 to 3 yards on that run. It'll be second down.
And they try and run this quarterback power with Jathan Chandler a lot. And you see right here, Haddonfield just reads it extremely well. They get their entire defensive unit out to that far side of the field to stop Chandler for a loss.
So it'll be a second down and 11 from about the 39-yard line. So only a loss of about 1 on that play. Less than 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Sterling trails at 14-0 early. Chandler with a give to Hall. Hall trying to move towards his right, but cannot. Immediately met by that Haddonfield defensive line, and it'll be third and long.
And you saw that run right there. We're going to take another look at it. Hall just nothing doing, tried to find a lane, and a nice job of group tackling there by the Haddonfield Bulldogs.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs defense, especially up front, I think in the trenches, they've looked phenomenal so far. I think they've really been able to stop Sterling from getting anything going on the run game. I think Sterling does need to look a little bit more into the passing game, try and take more pressure off of their O-line and try and get the ball moving in the air more.
Third down and 12. Moves Hall to his left. Immediate pressure, trying to set up a screen. Pass is too high. It's incomplete.
Yeah. And when you saw there, I don't know if we're going to, here's another look at it. You can see the linebacker coming. He reads this play perfectly. Moves to the outside. And Chandler just had to get rid of it.
And some great pressure by Sebastian Grafalt, the defensive lineman who got right in the face of Chandler.
Yeah, and a phenomenal read there by Haddonfield. It was a slip screen play where the goal from Sterling was.
And Haddonfield able to block that and take it all the way for 6. That just silenced this crowd here at the Castle. And a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a tough break there for the Knights, just not being able to punt this ball away. We're going to take another look at it. Just bobbles it. And to be quite honest with you, it looked like just the taller kid won there.
We see an injured Knight at the end of that play.
Yeah, it looked like Patrick Ryan got the punter after he dropped the ball. And Ryan here on our stat sheet is 6'4", 205. Very, very big guy on the football field. We're going to take another look at it. Ball is dropped. There goes Ryan. Lays out the punter for Sterling. And it was scooped up by Matt Sapetti. So his second touchdown of the game. And we're going to go to trivia here. The punter for Sterling was Joseph Rogers. But the trivia question is, what movie director was born in Haddonfield?
So I know you guys are immediately going to look at me because
you are the so-called
I am a movie
guy.
Brian's watched every movie ever.
I have not watched it. That's the joke that makes me mad because you used to say that all the time. Brian, have you not seen every movie ever? So, I'm going to say he's a bit older.
I don't even know where to start with this.
I would love a... K, is this a man or a woman? Okay.
Mr. K tells us it's a man.
It is a man. I know Martin Scorsese went to NYU, so I don't know if he lived in Haddonfield or not. Maybe it's John Carpenter because he directed Halloween. And is it John Carpenter? That's my guess.
I don't really do movies like Brian does movies. I don't really do movies in general. I know
Which means you'll probably get this answer right.
I don't even know where to start. I'm going to pass it over to Strauss.
I will not be taking a guess because anything I say will probably be a really bad guess and I'll be stupid.
Just throw it out there.
I don't know any names. So
you know what? I think I know one director, and that's about it. So M. Night Shyamalan. It's definitely wrong.
Honestly,
but he's a movie director.
It's not
M. Night
horrible.
Shyamalan. I'll guess that
it's
too.
not a horrible
You can't
guess.
steal my guess.
It's not a horrible guess because he lives in the film. Steven Spielberg. I know who Steven Spielberg
heard of him.
is. I thought that would have been too easy.
I guess M. Night Shyamalan was kind of close.
This isn't funny. This is why they should be multiple choice. I don't like these open-ended questions.
Do make it a lot hard.
Yeah, I don't
So after that very frustrating question, Haddonfield's going to get ready to kick this one away. It's a 21-0 Haddonfield lead. That question really frustrated me.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't even know where to start. We immediately looked at you because you're Mr. Movie Man. You got your letterbox, and you rank everything. And then I just took a guess because M. Night Shyamalan is famous.
It's not bad.
Close to Steven Spielberg.
It's not actually a bad guess because he lives in the Philadelphia area.
You learn something new every day.
My mom actually knows his neighbor, which is pretty cool. Said kicked away. And a return from Bub Hall. Gets past the 20-yard line. Flags flying. And they'll mark him down just past the 20-yard line. And we'll take a look at what the penalty could be.
Yeah, we're going to look for the call from the official. But usually about 8 times out of 10, if there's a flag on a kickoff, it's usually on the return team. And it is. It's a hold against Sterling.
All right, so we're going to take a look at the third down play that forced Sterling to punt the ball. Take a look. It's a slip screen design. Haddonfield was able to read it perfectly. On those slip screen designs, you kind of want to pull your O-lineman to the right side and get blockers and hope that your running back is able to catch the ball. You're hoping that the line will collapse and your quarterback is able to get the ball off after the line fully collapses and the D-line rushes.
And you saw there, number 19 on your screen was sort of loading the box. That's linebacker and quarterback Declan McCarthy. So Haddonfield showed pressure and read it very well. Read the Sterling offensive play very well.
So it'll be a first down and 10 from Sterling's own 12, and Bub Hall will take it up the left side, trying to find some space. He stretches it out to about the 15-yard line, so a minimal gain there. That'll bring up second down.
Going to take another look at this play. They sent Josiah Lopez in motion, and that's a nice job of using the stiff arm to get a little extra yards there from Bub Hall. He stiff armed not one, but two Bulldog defenders.
Yeah, and they read the run pretty well. That looked like it could have been maybe a no-gainer, but able to bounce off a couple Haddonfield defensive linemen, pick up about 3. So it's second down and 7.
And I'd like to give a quick shout out to the concession stand. They're watching. They're at the game, but they can't really see it from the concession stand. So shout out to them for watching Channel 19.
Here's a heave down the field. That pass incomplete. Chandler looking for Holloway, and we'll bring up third down.
And Sterling likes to run these rollout plays to the right to try and get Jathan Chandler in motion and give him sort of the more ability to run or pass, but he didn't really set his feet there on that throw, and as you can see from the drone angle, it was a bit wobbly and out of the reach of the Sterling wide receiver.
So it'll bring up a third down and 7 from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Sterling here, it's a tough point in the game. You kind of need to convert this 3rd and 7 to kind of stay in the game. If you're Sterling, it's a tough play call to make. Brian, what would you go with here?
Honestly, I'd probably go back to their to a slant over the middle. That seemed to work for them on their last drive, get them an 11 or 12-yard pickup. I'd try that again. Why not? Third down and 7. We'll see what they go with. Sterling has only converted 1 first down in this game so far. They'll give it to Hall up the middle. He'll be met by a wall. He's still on his feet somehow. But Hall eventually taken down for a minimal gain. It'll bring up 4th down.
And when you play a team that's as disciplined as Haddonfield, Sterling tries to send a man in motion, and Haddonfield doesn't really react to it. We're going to see another look at it. They send a man in motion on the right side to try and clear up space, and it cleared up, and there was a hole there for a second, but Haddonfield is so disciplined that their linebackers stayed in their gaps, their edge rushers contained it, and they held it to a minimal gain.
What I have noticed is on pretty much every play, Sterling has a new man in motion, and it just hasn't worked. The Haddonfield defense not being fooled by it, so I don't know why you're going to continue to go to it every single play expecting something to change. Ball bounces at about the 44-yard line, gets past the 35 to the 30, and a nice return up past the 10-yard line, a cut inside, and that is a touchdown. A touchdown return for number 26, Dominic Hahn, the running back, and Haddonfield will add on.
Haddonfield gets great blocks, and then it's all the return man to the house.
A great return by Dominic Hahn makes this a 27-0 lead as the extra point is pending.
Yeah, and obviously coming into the game, you knew Haddonfield was 6-1. Sterling struggling this year. They're 1-7. But I do like the way that Sterling has kind of tried to move, and I keep thinking back to that one play where Sterling ran the play action to Marquise Holloway. We're going to take another look here. They punt this one away. Takes a bounce and a nice cut initially off the ball, and then great blocking that gave the return man a couple lanes, and eventually just bobbed and weaved his way into the end zone.
A couple missed tackles there by that Sterling special teams unit, so let's take one more look at it. It bounces just past the 35, gets to just short of the 45, and a nice return up toward the left sideline before a cut toward the middle and around the 5, and just a great return by Dominic Hahn, the senior. So with 1:52 to go in quarter number 1, Haddonfield with a 28-0 lead.
And if you're Sterling, obviously still a rebuilding program, it's a tough game to go into, obviously. Haddonfield, winning culture, they're very good every year. So if you're Sterling, what's one thing that you can take out of this game and try and build on for next year?
Well, I think the one thing that has sort of started as we just watched the end of that kickoff there that Sterling can really try and build upon. As we take a look at the football schedule, the last game, see, it is home, Strauss. Thursday, October 26th, we will be at home. The Knights will be at home against the Maple Shade Wildcats. That game was added on about a week or two ago to end off the season for the Sterling Knights. And then our next TV game is going to be tomorrow. It is girls soccer. That is the Coaches Cup final against Eastern. That'll be live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. And it's a 6 p.m. kickoff for the girls. And the girls have been phenomenal in this Coaches Cup with 2 huge wins against Kingsway and top-seeded Ocean City.
Ocean City, one of the top teams in all of South Jersey, so a big upset. Sterling was trailing that game 2-0 going into halftime. They were able to adjust and take them down 3-2. Mr. K with a very memorable call with the game tying and game-winning goal. Here's a pass over the middle. That's intercepted. A pass that was very high and a big return here for Haddonfield. And they'll take it all the way for 6. A pick 6 for number 22, Charlie Kloss.
Interception by number 22, Kloss.
Well, this pass was just wayward, and it just happened to find the hands of Charlie Klaus, who seemed to be cushioning a little bit, almost in a safety role, and the pass was just overthrown and right into the hands of Klaus. We're going to take another look at it right here. So, yeah, Chandler takes the snap. He's under pressure. He fires, and it was just looked like behind the receiver, and Klaus was trailing behind the receiver, was able to intercept that one and bring it back to the house.
Extra point is up and good, so Haddonfield wasting no time adding on. It's now a 35-0 lead. We'll take a look once again at the pick 6. Just a nice cut out to the far sideline and pretty much just an open return lane for Charlie Klaus the whole rest of the way.
Well, and that return doesn't happen without the block of Patrick Ryan, the tight end there. Huge, or excuse me, not the tight end. He's the tight end on the offense. He's a linebacker on the defense. Makes a big block on the far side of the field that gives the return man enough space to find the end zone. We're going to take another look at it. See it right here. Watch number 35 on your screen. Big block right there that allows for Charlie Kloss to get some space to the outside, and after that block, it was smooth sailing for 6.
So 1:20 remaining in this opening quarter. 35-0 in favor of Haddonfield.
Yeah, and tough break there for Sterling, but if you're Sterling, I don't think you should abandon the passing play just because of that play. I think you should stick with the passing game.
So Bub Hall on the return gets to about the 10. So that's where Sterling will start offensively.
And one thing I noticed is they changed the return man. Bub Hall usually not the one that's bringing back the kicks. This week they seem to struggle a bit more with the kick returns, which Brian and Strauss, you know, has been the main positive point of this team. The kick returns, they've usually been getting out to about past the 25, sometimes the 30, sometimes even the 40-yard line. This time they're starting on the 10-yard line.
So again, 35-0 in favor of these Bulldogs, coming in at 6-1 on the year, just 1-1 on the road. So not very many away games on their schedule this season. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Give up the middle. Goes for no gain. Maybe 1 yard on the carry. Be 2nd down and 9.
And Sterling, obviously, they're looking to stick with that run game, not really abandoning that just yet. And I think that that's important as we move later throughout this game. Sticking to the run game, mixing in the pass, because if you abandon the run game, then Haddonfield just knows that you're going to try and air it out, being down as much as they are. I like that Sterling's sticking with the run.
2nd down and 9. Final seconds remaining in this first quarter, and Chandler will take it himself up past the 15, past the 20, tripped up and falls forward to about the 26-yard line. A nice way to end this first quarter offensively for the Knights. As we'll take a look at it. Terrific power run by by Jathan Chandler. As this first quarter comes to an end, 35-0 Bulldogs. Will be back after this.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me. Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
You never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? I never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. You know the first one.
Everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. The Haddonfield Bulldogs leading the Sterling Silver Knights 35-0 as we take a look at the beautiful Philadelphia skyline. Looking like a lot of red on that skyline as the Phillies getting set to play. But right now, not the main story. The main story right now is the quarterback, Jathan Chandler, who was hurt at the end of that play. It was a quarterback run that took him about 17 yards. Seems to be up on his feet, but a little limpy there on the Sterling sideline.
Yeah, we saw towards the end of that run on camera, he kind of rolled over in pain, managed to limp up, and then even when we went to the break, he seemed to limp off the field. He tried to limp off the field and ended up falling onto the sideline. So not a good sign for Chandler. So it looks like backup quarterback Nate Schwartz has entered the game.
We'll see some first-time action for Nate Schwartz. A handoff out toward the near side, and will go nowhere. It'll be a loss of yardage, and they'll bring up second down.
Well, if you remember, Schwartz was the quarterback last year for a good chunk of the second half of the season. And then this year, just not getting as many reps, especially with Jathan Chandler, the senior, transferring in. And got to shout out Baseball Mr. Case, the coach and the producer here. So we're gonna shout it out. I play on the team. Nate is the starting catcher. Started for us as a freshman. Very talented behind the plate. So shout out to Nate Schwartz for the work he does behind the dish and on the diamond.
So it'll be a second down and 14 for the Knights at their own 24-yard line. And Chandler back into the game. He's taking a shot downfield, and that pass is caught. What a catch down that left sideline to the Haddonfield 45.
We're going to take another look at this. Chandler airs it out, takes a bit of a hit on the end of that throw, and this is a great readjustment, a phenomenal catch by Jaden Ollie Ward down the near sideline. And it looks like there might have been a flag at the end of that play because Sterling is still back on the original line of scrimmage. But still, phenomenal catch. And he caught it in double coverage, guys. I think that's the most impressive thing, is he hauls this one in double coverage. Chandler trusting his guy down the near side of the field. Comes back, reestablishes possession. He catches it. And I don't know if they called it incomplete because he ran out of bounds and then
I believe that's
reestablished
probably
back in the field.
Quick pass to the outside, and it will go nowhere.
Either way, though, great catch.
Yeah, just probably better if Sterling has it in Haddonfield field position.
Yeah. You take a look at this third down play here. But back to what you were saying, Strauss, something that they can build on from this game. That's a positive thing that you can build on. That's probably one of the longest plays we've seen the Knights have offensively all year. Just unfortunate that Jaden Ollie Ward couldn't reestablish possession in bounds. He stepped out of bounds about a step or two before he made the catch.
So it'll be a 4th and 13. As Sterling is set to punt this one away. And a whistle and a flag. A couple flags on the field. looks like it'll be against the Knights. But as we were talking about, guys, the Philadelphia skyline as we came in back on the broadcast, very red.
Yeah.
Red October.
Red October. Go
Phillies.
Red October. If you stay tuned for the second half, you can catch our commentary of the Phillies game, too.
That would be fun. Unfortunately, we're not in Arizona.
Unfortunately.
Return in Sterling territory from about the 45, changing fields up past the 35, the 30, 25, 20. Cut back inside past the 15, past the 10, and down to about the 5. A nice return by Mike Keenan, as that'll be first and goal for Haddonfield.
Yeah, and a great return there by Mike Keenan. He was able to he went from one side of the field to the other, just cutting, trying to find any open space, and he was able to get a great return out of it. Just being able to find all the open space possible and get around about like 9 Sterling defenders. Very impressive play there from him.
And then this cutback here gets him a couple extra yards, stumbles, and I think the stumbles would allow the Sterling defenders to catch back up. Nevertheless, great return there and sets up Haddonfield in a great first and goal.
So first and goal from about the 6.
Yeah, and Brian, you talked about us not being in Arizona. Jake and I almost went to Arizona yesterday.
Give toward the outside, reaching across the goal line and in. Touchdown for Dawson Elliott. Haddonfield will extend their lead. The jet sweep toward the right side. Elliott with a couple blockers, getting out towards that right pylon, reaching across the end zone, and Haddonfield just pouring it on here in this first half. It's 41-0, and still 10 minutes remain in this second quarter. But yeah, the Phillies getting ready for Game 4 of this best-of-7 series, the National League Championship Series against the Diamondbacks. Phillies took the first 2 games at Citizens Bank Park and could not take Game 3. They lost 2-1 last night on a walk-off single from Ketel Marte.
Well, and the issue with that game was, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but they only had 3 hits.
They did only have 3 hits.
Just not going to be able to win many baseball games with that limited amount of offensive production. And we see there the skyline is lit up all red for the Phillies, as it is, in fact, Red October.
Red October.
Go Phils.
It'll be Christopher Sanchez on the bump tonight for the Phillies. Joe Mantiply for the Diamondbacks. It's a bullpen game for them tonight. So we're back here in the booth. You see I got my Phillies gear on. I am off Phillies'd up. Bryson Stott, my glorious king. Love that, man.
Phillies, they're better after they get punched in the face. And I think last night they got punched in the face, so I got Phils winning tonight.
We'll see how they respond.
Well, and I was listening to Rob Thompson's interview on my drive here, and Rob Thompson was saying that actually in between the Marlins series and the Braves series, they had a bit of a simulated game between Christopher Sanchez and Taijuan Walker. And he said after that simulated game, he knew that if there needed to be a Game 4 starter, he was going with Christopher Sanchez, who really impressed him during that bit of simulated action.
So Haddonfield will kick this one away, and Sterling will just fall right on top of it at about the 29-yard line. So some decent field position for the Knights. And we'll look at trivia question number 2. What series of movies is inspired by the name of Haddonfield, New Jersey? Now, I kind of had this guess earlier with John Carpenter, who I thought the director would be coming from Haddonfield. But the series of movies inspired by the name of Haddonfield, New Jersey is the Halloween franchise with Michael Myers. And that is it. Halloween is the correct answer. Deborah Hill is the writer who grew up in Haddonfield. And finally, guys, a correct trivia question.
Yes, King.
And that's how we do it. We're giving fist bumps and high fives. Great job, Brian. There we go. We're gonna hug this out here. We got it. For the first time since the Haddon Heights game, we got it. And the Haddon Heights one was easy because it was Hassan Reddick. But we got it.
Doesn't hurt to have a movie guy in the
by we, I mean Brian, but it counts for all 3 of us. It's like if you work in a group project and one guy does all the work. That's exactly what Brian just did there. But we all got the A.
Hooray! So Bub Hall with the pitch out to the 30-yard line, a short gain on first down. I'll bring him second down.
We're taking another look at this. Hall seems to be trying to get anything going outside. They keep trying to pitch it to him. And again, Haddonfield's defense is very disciplined, and they move as an entire unit out there. You saw about 4 Bulldogs there to meet Bub Hall for a minimal gain of about 2 yards.
So it'll be a second down and 8 from the 31-yard line. So it'll be second down and 8. Chandler will motion Hall. And a give. That is immediately going down for a loss. Great read by this Haddonfield defense. Hey guys.
Hey. How's it going?
We're here in the booth.
And we got our arms around one another. It's a camaraderie we have here at Channel 19, us announcers.
Jake's waist. Jake is really squeezing my waist. It kind of hurts, Jake.
I'm not squeezing.
You were kind of squeezing my waist.
I didn't
It kind of hurt. It kind of hurt.
Now you're making it weird, and now I have to put my hands up. Now I'm going to announce the rest of the game like this. So I'm going to put my hands up.
No, it's okay, King. It was just, you were just feeling a little hard, and
I wasn't squeezing.
I didn't really fully appreciate that.
I wasn't squeezing. Way to make it weird.
So third down and 10.
Back to football.
Back to football. Third and 10 from the 29. Chandler looks to throw, feels some pressure, he'll take it himself, makes a nice move past the 35 and wrapped up close to the first down at about the 39-yard line. We'll see where they'll spot it.
And Jathan Chandler, nice job rolling out of the pocket, making a man miss, gives a stiff arm, and there he is wrapped up and squeezed around the first down marker. That's a squeeze, Strauss.
That is a squeeze.
First down, Silver Knights.
Sorry, I'm really sensitive skin, and it kind of felt like you were squeezing.
Chandler rolling to his right, fires, and that pass intercepted. Taken to about midfield. And that's Matt Zappetti with the pick. Another turnover for this Sterling Knights offense.
And what a day for wide receiver Matt Zappetti of the Haddonfield Bulldogs. He's got a receiving touchdown, he's got a touchdown on special teams, and now an interception. He's had himself quite a half here.
And as you said, Jake, one of the main staples in this passing game is using Chandler rolling out to the right, trying to get some space and trying to find a receiver downfield, try to do so there, and it ended up in the wrong team's arms. Give here for Haddonfield, up past the 45, the 40. Big run. This might go all the way. 10-5 touchdown. That's the running back, Kai Richards, the junior. A 50-yard touchdown run for Kai Richards. Just too easy right there for these Bulldogs.
We've seen Haddonfield do that kind of pump draw a couple times tonight. And once Richards found some open space, it was kind of over there for the Sterling defense. Just accelerated up the open field, and nobody was catching him.
Extra point is up and good. 49-0 Haddonfield. 7:13 remaining here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, and a big shout out to the Haddonfield kicker. He's been excellent tonight.
He is yet to miss, and as a Sterling commentator, for the first time in my entire life, I've hoped that I put the announcer jinx on someone. But shout out to the kicker, Blaze Coley, who's been phenomenal for the Bulldogs tonight. We're going to take another look at the run here. And you're going to see they run the pump draw, and they hand it off. And once, I believe that was Kai Richards, once Kai Richards got the ball and got some open space, nobody was catching him.
Yeah, it was pretty much untouched for almost the entirety of that play. So now Sterling will try and get at least something going offensively. They have had a couple first downs in this game, so at least moving the football, just trying to execute and take it in the end zone. A high kick return past the 35 up to the 40 and taken down at about the 42-yard line. So decent return, decent field position, but right now all that matters is Sterling getting in that end zone.
You see there, our next TV game is Saturday, October 21st. It's girls soccer. It is live on youtube.com/SterlingTV19. 6 p.m. kickoff. That is the Coaches Cup final, guys. That is a big deal for our girls soccer team as they'll be taking on Eastern.
Yeah, a very talented girls soccer team. Us three will be on the call for that one.
And I was at the semifinals game. I almost didn't make it there on time. I was doing some last-minute homecoming shopping. I could not be happier that I made it there on time. What a phenomenal game to watch and commentate.
How was the homecoming shopping, Strauss?
It was great. I got a tie. That's all I really needed to get.
Phenomenal. Tie looked great, too.
I appreciate that, you know.
The tie did look pretty good.
I was stressing that I'd get there and I wouldn't get the right color tie.
Yeah, we had a great spirit week.
Chandler with another pick. Looking down that far sideline. And another turnover.
And I like that Sterling is being aggressive. It's just Chandler is not making the smartest of decisions here. Plus, he's going up against a very great defense. And that one, again, under pressure, just tries to get rid of it. Was a tight spiral, but a great play there from the Haddonfield defender in number 12, Jake Oren, excuse me.
So Haddonfield will have possession at the Knights 45. We take a look at it. And most of these interceptions really generated from the pressure by this Haddonfield defensive line. It was looked very good tonight. No sacks, but a lot of QB pressures leading to some costly turnovers. And a nice job by Sterling to get behind the line in the backfield. And a great tackle by number 2, Jaden Davis.
Nice job by Davis there, coming off the edge and just sticking with the play and able to make a tackle for loss there.
It's a 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 at the 47-yard line.
So now Haddonfield is backed up for a 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 of the 47. It's Van Lefakis under center. And past the 45 to the 43. So Strauss is leaving us. He has to go take a poopy. He'll be back hopefully by the end of this game. So about 6 minutes left to go in this first half. It's a 3rd down and 9 for this Haddonfield offense. Sterling looking for just something as they trail it big time. Pitch to the outside, up past the 40 and out of bounds. Great tackle by Bub Hall, just short of the 35. We'll see where they'll spot it.
This is a nice job. It looked as though Haddonfield got away with a couple holds on the outside. And again, when you're looking for a big hit out of the secondary, Bub Hall has been that guy for the Sterling Knights all year long. Another tackle that saves what could have been a major, major run there for the Bulldogs.
So it'll be 4th and short for Haddonfield at about the 36-yard line. Here's a give. Powering, trying to get that first, but Sterling won't let them. A terrific tackle.
Yeah, this is a great job here by Malachi Gould, was the one getting in on the pressure.
Ball carriers, T9. 73, Malachi Gold.
And we're going to take another look at it. Malachi Gould just gets in, makes a great play, and uses that strength, and a couple of the Knights come in. And that's a good sign to see, is when you have multiple guys on the ball, driving ball carriers back for the Knights defense. That's a very good sign to see for them.
So a turnover on down. Sterling will now have it at their own 37. First down and 10. Chandler takes the snap. And a give that will go for maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, good carry there by Cameron Johnson here out of the backfield. Tries to find a little bit of space, and a nice job cutting back, but it was met quickly by a disciplined Haddonfield linebacker. And that's one thing that we're always talking about, is just Haddonfield is always sticking to their gaps. You saw it right there with their linebacker, Henry DeReyes. The sophomore just stuck to his gap and was able to make a tackle for a minimal gain.
Second down and 8 from the 39. 4:07 to go in quarter number 2. Johnson with another carry, threads up the middle past the 40, just short of the 45. Brings up third down.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. Now might be a time to throw for it, fool them with a little play action, because you haven't abandoned the run game. And now you're starting to really get the run game going for a couple minimal gains, but they're taking away a couple yards each time, and they're trying to sustain a drive. Now an important third and manageable here for the Sterling Knights.
It'll be a third down and 4. Ball spotted at the 43. We'll see what Sterling does here. We'll go right back to the running game. Bub Hall with it, and Bub Hall immediately met at about the 45-yard line. So it'll bring up a fourth down and 3.
45-yard line, fourth down and 3.
So I think here on fourth down, you kind of have to go for it.
Yeah, obviously being with the score what it is, it looks very unlikely that Sterling is going to make it, unless it's a miracle comeback. But right now, trailing 49-0 with just under 3 minutes in the second quarter, every down or every spot on the field has become 4-down territory.
4th and 2 at the 45. Chandler fakes the snap. He gives it to Hall. Hall with a burst of speed past midfield. He's got the first down and plenty more. And a quick pass to Hall as a flag comes in. Will give Sterling a first down for now. We'll take a look at what the penalty could be.
Number 4, Hall.
It'll be against the Knights.
This is a good play here, and it looked like they had Haddonfield fooled a little bit, because Hall was out there all by himself, and in a fourth and short situation, they gave Hall way too much space on the outside. Obviously, the group tackling there at the end of that play, but it's to no avail as an illegal block in the back brought Sterling back.
The call on the field is an illegal block in the back. It'll be repeat fourth down.
So Sterling will replay the down. It'll be 4th and 2. Ball spotted at the 44. Phillies game about ready to get underway. First pitch will be at 8:07 tonight. Again, it's Christopher Sanchez making his postseason debut. Joe Mantiply will be pitching for Arizona. Should be a fun game 4, hopefully, but we'll see what Sterling can do on 4th and short. They'll go back to the running game. It'll be close, and it looks like they got the first down.
It's going to be a tough spot here. Haddonfield loaded the box with 5, and a nice job by running back Cameron Johnson to just find some space, and he extended his arms at the end of that play in the attempt to get a first down.
A tackle being made, reaching for the first down, and it is a first down, Silver Knights.
So 1st and 10 after the run by Cameron Johnson. Chandler, the motion man, rolls to his right. He'll get a block. Gets up past midfield, taken down just short of the 45 to the 46 or so, a gain of 4 and 2nd down.
And this play doesn't happen without the block in the backfield from running back Cameron Johnson. Nice job. He gave a block to Chandler to go upfield and gain a couple extra yards, or else that one was going to be stopped for a loss.
So less than a minute to go in quarter number 2. It'll be a 2nd down and 4.
2nd down and 4.
We'll spot it at the Haddonfield 47. Looking deep down the far side, and that pass almost intercepted again. Ball was a bit underthrown, but it falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I like the aggressive mindset here from Sterling. Clock is winding down. Got to try and move the ball down the field here with a big play. They try and air it out down the field. Intended target was Bub Hall, but it was broken up there by the Haddonfield defensive backs.
Clock stopping with 21.3 seconds to go. And one of the few times where Chandler has had time in the pocket to make a decision, and overall was not too bad of a throw. Little pitch to the left side, bobbled by Johnson. He'll cut past the 45, stays on his feet down to the 39. But again, Jake, I do love the aggressiveness by this Sterling offense, taking shots down the field. Unfortunately, haven't been mostly in Sterling's favor, but a nice run there by Cameron Johnson. As Sterling takes the timeout with 14.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, and a big run for Cameron Johnson. And this has probably been the most impressive drive, whether it results in points or not, for the Knights, because they started pretty backed up and have managed to get a couple first downs here throughout this drive. Been a nice job of just piecing together plays to pick up first downs, and that's something that this offense really struggled to do in games against a couple tougher opponents. Haddonfield, a very tough opponent, but they're putting together first downs, and that's an encouraging sign to see for a young rebuilding program.
Hey guys.
Strauss is back.
Hey.
How was it
The concession stand was nice.
How was it dropping a deuce?
How were the facilities? Facilities were nice.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
Probably a 9.
Wow.
9. Facilities were nice. I mean, we're endorsed by the school, so love the school, love everything, and facilities were beautiful.
Pitch out to Bub Hall. Cuts the left side past the 35. He'll go out of bounds at about the 34. Clock stopping with 9.3 seconds.
Take a look, and they love this pitch play here tonight. That's been one of their go-to things for Bub Hall specifically, and a nice job of just picking up a couple chunk yards there before he gets forced out of bounds.
9 seconds remaining till halftime.
9.3 seconds to go in this first half. Chandler takes the snap. He'll look to throw. Gets one block, steps up, fires deep downfield toward the end zone. Incomplete. A good shot toward the end zone. A flag is down. Clock stopping with 2.1 seconds.
And again, as we're talking about, I love the aggressiveness, as that looks like it's a chop block against the Knights, so that'll back them up big time. When we take a look, again, another big block from Cameron Johnson. A nice job. I think the block from Cameron Johnson, in fact, was the chop block there.
But that was a great throw by Jathan Chandler down that left sideline. Probably my favorite throw I've seen from him all night.
Yeah, he steps up in the pocket and delivers a strike down the field to Jaden Nolly Ward. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No worries, Jake. But he's had a couple of great throws all night. He's been able to find his receivers. It's just Haddonfield's defense has been so good at making sure that those receivers have no space to catch the ball.
So most likely one final play, barring any penalties. Chandler rolls to his right. He'll take it himself. Past the 40, cuts inside to the 35, and will be taken down at about the 34. But that will do it here in this first half. A commanding 49-0 lead for the Haddonfield Bulldogs as second half action will resume right after this.
Bulldogs 49, Knights 0.
Guys, put your IDs on. Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
No.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker. No, I'm okay.
You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yeah.
Where's your ID?
Hey, oh, no, wait a minute. Put that hood down. You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
I can't believe I'm working on this homework for over an hour now. I'll have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
What's got you all excited? I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person though.
You just met this girl yesterday, and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful. Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight. What is up?
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying! You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands!
Moral of the story, always be nice.
I need to use the potty.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
I wasn't even gone for that long.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
But you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro.
Yeah. I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary.
Who even is this dude?
Don't linger in the hallways.
I could really use a bev right now.
Pregame, how many times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom, just water? Pregame, how many times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom?
So yeah, look at this door. He can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
can't believe my computer's dead.
Yo, does anyone have the charger?
No!
Hey man, are you okay? No man, this dude keeps bullying me. Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stopper. You can report people that bully you.
Thank you, man. Adam, you okay?
Hey, are you guys serious? You do know there's like 52 billion pieces of trash in the earth right now. That's nearly 7,000 per mile. And 42% of that is burned up in the air, causing pollution. Imagine if Earth was a person right now. Dude, you have Google implanted in your brain? How do you know that? Don't worry about me. Worry about Earth. Oh, dude. Dude, I can't believe it happened. Hey! Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
Alright guys, the test is in your laptop.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer. Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry dude.
Watch where you're going, big dog.
All right, everybody, it's time to put the phones away as we get started for class today. AJ, I told you to get off the phone.
Okay, I'll put it away. Gosh.
Yo, you should put your phone away. You can get sent down to the principal's office and get it taken.
AJ, how many times do I have to tell you stay off your phone? Get out of the vice principal's office.
Sorry? Oh, my bad. My name is Jared, and ever since I came to the school with this shirt on, people have been staring at me, giving me looks. I'm like, dang, do you not like me? Like, what's up?
Can I see this shirt?
Yeah.
And you don't see a problem with this at all?
No. White. Has text.
Hang on. Yeah, try this on.
Not gonna lie, this shirt kind of tough. Wait, what are you doing with the other shirt?
Throwing it out.
Why? Can I at least keep it?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to teach you some safe driving tips for you when you're out on the road. First, you want to turn on your car. Before you go, put on your seatbelt. You want to check your back mirror. Then, you want to check your side mirrors. When exiting out of a parking spot, make sure you check for cars and have your turn signal on. Make sure you come to a slow stop at every stop sign and red light. When you are making a turn, always have your turn signal on to show other drivers where you are going. Now, put your car in park and take out the key to turn off your car.
Watch where you're going, pal.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Guys, this has to stop. 8% of high schoolers have bought on school property. It isn't cool. This ain't no fight club. We have to change.
And welcome back. The second half of action is about to begin here. Sterling trails this one 49-0 against the Haddonfield Bulldogs, their rival. And guys, it's just been a rough one then for them tonight.
Yeah, a lot of unfortunate turnovers by the Sterling offense. A couple interceptions from Jathan Chandler. But Sterling has shown promise on offense. A couple nice drives that one of their last drives, able to go down the field and almost get in that end zone. But overall, just it's been dominant here from this Haddonfield squad tonight. Their offense has been pretty much flawless to this point.
Well, and defensively, they've been really great too, Brian. And we're now joined by Dan Leakin for the third quarter. Dan, what are your thoughts about this game as we're now sitting at the half?
I just think Sterling's defense has been caught a lot on, throwing and passing play, or excuse me, running and passing plays. They haven't been able to do much. And on the offensive side of the ball, Jathan Chandler has had a few interceptions. But as we were saying earlier, they have shown a little bit of promise with the run game. It's looking like James Hall and Kevin Woodruff have showed a lot of promise. They ran for a few plays and looked pretty good. So I think it's really nice. Just want to get a couple points on the board here for this half.
Yeah, but we also got to talk about the run game here for Haddonfield. They've been very strong. I mean, we've seen a lot of open field runs. And this 1-2 punch for Haddonfield, that being Dominic Hahn and Charlie Klaus, combining for almost 1,200 yards on the ground coming into this game. So it's a very dominant offensive group that has put up a little over about 260, about 260 points this season. So a really, really dominant Haddonfield offense that has just really shown out tonight.
Well, and Brian, it starts up front. It starts with the offensive line and the space that the offensive line provides for those ball carriers. When you have guys with the talent of Hahn and Klaus, you're going to find results as Haddonfield has tonight, where it's been very easy for them to find lanes and attack with the run game. So if you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Brian McLernan, and now Dan Leakin will be here for the third quarter. He is off of band duty, and we are ready to give you second half action in about 25 seconds.
And another thing that I was thinking about when I was down on the track watching the game, special teams. It felt like Sterling didn't have an offensive drive for like 9 minutes during, I think it was like the first quarter, and they've been getting dusted on special teams with touchdowns, and they haven't been making the right plays and the right tackles. They have not been able to tackle Haddonfield on those special teams, which I think if they can tighten up a little bit, we would see a little bit more of Sterling's offense.
So Sterling about ready to get underway for this second half, and this is not the last time we'll see the Knights play here at home. Their last game is at home. Sterling football takes on the Maple Shade Wildcats here at the Castle on Thursday, October 26th. So, and our next TV game, guys, is a huge one. Tomorrow, it's girls soccer for the Coaches Cup final against Eastern. It'll be live on Channel 19 at youtube.com/SterlingTV19. Kickoff is set right now for 6 p.m., but that's obviously subject to change considering, well, actually, it's the final. I was going to say the last time they were pushed back because another game went into overtime and penalty kicks, but there is no other game. It is just Sterling taking on Eastern for the entire Coaches Cup.
And I'm pretty excited to watch that game. I mean, Sterling the past two games has come down. They were down at half to both Kingsway and Ocean City, and they were down at half for both of those games and came back and won. They have a lot of fight, and I'm really excited to see them play against a very talented Eastern team.
So Sterling now looking to break the huddle. And offensively, guys, they've been very aggressive being down the amount that they are in this game. Chandler takes the snap, hands this one off to Johnson. Johnson with a sizable gain here and more, runs out of bounds close to the 50-yard line. They'll spot it around the 47.
A great run by Cameron Johnson, bursting toward that near sideline, out of bounds near midfield. And as you were saying, both Jake and Dan, this Sterling running game has definitely shown some promise. Cameron Johnson with a couple nice bursts of speed and a couple nice aggressive runs, and now giving Sterling some favorable field position.
So a big run there for Cameron Johnson, moves the chains, and it'll be another Knights first down. Man in motion is Hall. They're gonna roll Chandler out to the left, trying to find an outside edge. He's got it. First down and more for Jathan Chandler, still on his feet, makes a cut back inside. Chandler is gonna go all the way. Touchdown for the Sterling Knights. Quarterback Jathan Chandler finds pay dirt. The Knights are on the board. There is a flag down. This is obviously the best run of the year. We're going to take a look at it. Blocking was perfect, guys.
Yeah, just that run doesn't happen without the blocking there by that Sterling offensive line. Almost pristine. I mean, obviously, got to talk about the power running by Jathan Chandler, who he's shown a lot of bursts in this game. But unfortunately, just like the big passing play earlier, it's coming back.
It's really unfortunate for the Knights because that was definitely their biggest run of the season, if not one of their biggest plays of the season. And it's unfortunate that that's going to come back. But look at his vision here. In order to find the holes that the blocking created for him, it was very impressive to see. And that's where you see the flag comes in there, and that'll be going back. But it's very impressive how he can find the holes and find the blocks that the offense makes for him, and was able to turn that into such a huge play for the Knights.
So a tough penalty there that erases the touchdown for the Knights. They'll regroup now at midfield. First down from the 50. Chandler in the shotgun. He's got Johnson. Here's a handoff to Josiah Lopez. Lopez maneuvers and is brought down around the stick. Should be enough for a first down. Take a look. They send Lopez in motion and finds a hole. A nice job to get the ball to about the 45-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 1.
It was a solid block from James Hall there in order to keep, the defense stationary for a sec for Josiah to run through and make a nice play.
2nd and 1 now. Handoff to Kevin Woodruff. Looked like the ball almost popped out. He fumbled around with it in his own hands, but the run is enough for a first down. And I want to apologize to Kevin Woodruff, because we've been calling his name wrong all night.
Clearly some people didn't pay attention to the text that Kay sent to the Tech Crew group chat earlier.
Well, we also don't have a correct roster sheet up here, so it is kind of hard to kind of get used to it when it's not right in front of you.
Nevertheless, Kevin Woodruff picks up the first down. The Knights offense is putting together a nice little drive here. Chandler takes the snap, hands it off to Woodruff. Woodruff bounces it out to the far side of the field, where he's brought down for a gain of about 5. And some fireworks. Take a look at that, guys. So it will be a 2nd down and 6. Sterling looking to find the scoreboard here on this drive. And in motion is Ollie Ward. Chandler is going to roll out. He is hit as he threw it, and that pass is tipped around. And did they say he caught it? He did. Great catch from Jaden Ollie Ward, guys. Great readjustment.
But there was a penalty after the play, so it's a holding on the Knights.
And unfortunate, another big play taken away because of a penalty.
I've seen that multiple times tonight. Just once you see Sterling get something they could build off, it immediately gets taken away from them from silly penalties.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I mean, you take those away, and this is, you know, Sterling has a few points on the board. Makes him feel a little bit better. But and I just wanted to give a little shout out to the left guard right there. Malachi Gould laid a really, really nice block on the defender. It opened up a little bit, or gave Jathan Chandler just a little bit more time to make a play. That was a really impressive block.
So this one backs up. It'll be 2nd and 16, we'll call it. Man in motion is Ollie Ward. Snap taken to Chandler. They're going to roll him out. Quarterback power here is stopped for a minimal gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and long here for the Knights. And Chandler a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he's been beaten up all night. He's been doing a lot of these quarterback powers, these quarterback draws. And we don't want to forget, to end the first quarter, he was slow to get up and limping off to the Sterling sideline after a big run. So he's definitely taken a beating tonight, but it's good to see Chandler fighting through these tough runs tonight.
So a 3rd and long here for the Knights. 2 backs in the backfield are Lopez and Woodruff. Lopez moves out. Chandler steps up in the pocket, fires downfield, and it is caught down the field by Marquise Holloway. Holloway still on his feet, stumbled, and is brought down inside the 20-yard line to about the 15.
And this play actually counts for the Knights.
Finally,
the first big play downfield.
You're finally moving the chains. A little bit of a wobbly ball from Chandler, but Marquise Holloway made the right adjustment, used his height to his advantage, got over the defender, and made a nice play.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from this Sterling offense overall. I mean, obviously not putting points on the board, but a lot of big plays so far tonight. That's definitely a momentum builder for your offense.
And when Strauss was on the game, he was wondering what Sterling could take away from this game here against Haddonfield. It's plays like that they're going to want to take back and look at. As now 1st down is given to Hall. Hall is stopped short. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage there.
Take a look at it right here. We've seen a lot of man in motion plays for the Knights, and they pitch it out to Bub Hall. And not able to break the tackle there. A nice defensive play by Stephen Kennedy, the junior.
Snap on 2nd down is given to Woodruff. Woodruff is brought down for a couple yards. And pops up whistles now. Looks like a Bulldog was slow to get up. And we've got a trivia question here. What/who is Haddonfield named after? And again, open-ended here. So I'm not exactly sure where to start.
What/who is Haddonfield named after?
I guess Haddonfield.
Wow, that's original.
So
That's
I think
one
there's a
heck of a
guy
guess.
whose name was Haddon that was in a field. And that is where Haddonfield came from.
3rd down run from Kevin Woodruff is stopped for a minimal gain. I'm thinking that I'm going with Dan's story that there was a guy named Haddon, but I'm going with it was his last name, and they just slapped the field on the end of it. He wasn't in a field, but they just slapped the field on the end of it.
I have a feeling his first name is Jeff. Jeff Haddon.
So are we going with Jeff Haddon? Jeffrey Haddon.
I'm going to say that something extreme happened to a guy named Haddon in a field, and that's what happened. But I like
something extreme.
I'm gonna
go into more detail on that.
I think a guy named Brian went up to Haddon and said, I don't like your face. And that's what made Haddonfield.
Interesting story.
It's an interesting story, and Marquise Holloway is taken down close to the goal line. Should result in a Sterling 1st and goal. Quick pitch and catch from Chandler to Holloway.
And a good pass to the outside by Jathan Chandler, just able to find Holloway close to that end zone.
Wasn't coming back either, which is a big part of that.
So it'll be 1st and goal here from the Knights. Hall is the ball carrier. He gets it and stumbles his way into the end zone. Sterling is on the board with their touchdown from Bub Hall. A 2-yard touchdown run gets the Knights on the board with 6.
And again, this running game for the Knights has been probably one of the best parts of their offense. Very consistent all around, and just a matter of time before they find themselves in the end zone tonight.
Yeah, not much else to say there. Brian kind of summed it up. I think it's really good for the Sterling offense that they got that, but they are going for 2 here, it looks like.
So they're going for 2. Chandler takes the snap. They're going to hand it back off to Bub Hall. Did he get in is the question. They're still pushing the pile. And enough of a tush push there. For Sterling. We're still waiting for a signal. But it is good. So Sterling now trails 49-8. We're going to take another look at the brotherly shove here. A different brotherly shove.
I mean, why not? I mean, this running game has looked very strong tonight overall.
So we're given, I think collectively as a group, as the 3rd quarter comes to a close, we decided Jeffrey Haddon.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Was who Haddonfield was named after.
No, we were actually close.
No.
We were actually close.
It even started with the J.
Oh, guys, John Madden.
John Haddon, who bought land for his daughter but never lived there.
No.
And we are in utter despair. I cannot believe we were so close and yet so far. So close and so far. John Haddon was not named Jeff, and we screwed it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to make my exit. I will give the headset back to Connor Strauss. Everyone have an amazing night. Go Knights.
Thank you for joining us, Dan. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Strauss.
Hey,
how you
guys.
doing? It is good to have you back here in the booth, Connor Strauss.
I'm glad to be back in the booth.
Brian McLaren has been here with me all night. It is always a pleasure to be on the mic with any of you guys, whether it's Brian, Strauss, or Dan.
You can feel the love in the press box
Absolutely.
tonight.
Can you feel the love tonight? Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Make
can.
that joke.
As the
What
opening
the
kick
heck?
of the 4th quarter is fallen upon by Haddonfield. And guys, Sterling on the board with a great drive there that resulted in not only 6 but 8 points coming from Bub Hall.
That's a Go Knights.
It is a Go Knights.
You know what else is Go Knights? Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, girls soccer, Coaches Cup final. I'm very excited.
That's
for
going
that.
to be a huge game, and the rumor is that there is a
tailgate.
Tailgate, yeah.
I'll be there. Tailgate.
I like that idea.
It's
That's a Go Knights.
supposed to start at around 4 p.m. The rumor is there's
The
going to
fun-
be a grill, there's going to be cornhole boards, and it's going to be a big deal.
You
That
guys-
is the rumor for any super fan that is out there watching right now. 4 p.m. at the at the field.
If there's cornhole, I might have to pull up. Jake, you've played with me before. You know I'm a phenomenal cornhole player.
You have your own style.
And it works.
We're going to take a look at the big run, and Haddonfield has been running that pump draw all night long. Nice job by the ball carrier to evade a couple tackles there. On the carry was Dominic Ruffalo. Big hole, nice job, just evades the tackle. And a timeout. And the last trivia question of the night here is about to come up right now. What is the historical significance of the Indian King Tavern in Haddonfield? Well, my guess is that it has to do something with the Native Americans, whether that is too soon. It's later than that. That's what Mr. K is telling me. So if anybody else would like to take a stab at it, it's on Kings Highway.
So maybe it was made when Kings Highway was built.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
That seems like a good guess. Brian, do you have any thoughts?
No, I do not.
Brian's got nothing. I thought I had something and was told off by Mr. K. And
Damn.
Strauss had a great guess. As there's a pitch now to the outside for Ruffalo. Flag flies in towards the end of the play.
All right, here's what it is, all right? It's on the Kings Highway. That's where they get the king from. Maybe they have Indian food. That's why it's called the Indian King Tavern. It makes sense.
You lost me with the Indian food. You really did.
I'm sorry, King.
I don't know why so it's from the Revolutionary times. So there was a war called the French and Indian War, and that was a little before the Revolution. So it's not with the French and Indian War.
I'm not much of a history guy, so I'm just not going to contribute to this question.
Mr. Carpenter would be offended. Right?
Look, I'm sorry. I love Mr. Cart. I love him a lot, but I am not a history person. Not that I don't like history. I just like.
I don't know. I'm not good with history.
Yeah, that's exactly. So unfortunately, I got nothing.
I see what you're getting at, Brian. I do.
My guess is that it has to do with the American Indians that helped the French during the American Revolution. So that'll be my guess. It has to do with the American Indians that helped the French during the American Revolution.
So much
because
better.
we did bring France in on our side. They did come in with mainly naval support, but they also brought a couple ground troops.
I don't have a guess.
So Strauss, are you sticking with the
the
Indian food, and it just happened to be built on Kings Highway?
Yeah.
When it was built?
Yeah.
You're sticking with that?
Yeah.
Sticking to the guns, I see.
Yep.
Back to the gridiron
Never back
now.
down, never what?
35. Curl route is caught for a first down, and a little more out past the 40. Take a look here at the replay. They just run a curl route there, curl to the sticks, and the receiver doing a nice job of picking up the first and a couple extra after contact.
Overall, nice route by Jack McKeever. Soft coverage there by the Sterling defense. Pretty easy conversion for the Bulldogs.
So I'm not sure whose guess is right.
I think it's mine.
I really don't think it is. And he stumbles in the backfield, and they'll blow that dead. So stopped right around the line of scrimmage was the ball carrier. And so we're going to take a look at the question, what is the historical significance of the Indian King Tavern in Haddonfield? And here comes the answer. It is where New Jersey declared themselves an independent state in 1777.
I was close.
Nothing in there has to
Strauss,
do with Indian
I was
food.
probably closer to that than
With
you were.
no guess. And so here's a run play now, and stuffed. Nice tackle there for the Knights.
We've seen a couple of those nice tackles by this Sterling defensive line here in the second half. Saw one by Malachi Gould earlier. They've been, for the most part, stuffing this Haddonfield offense in the second half. Very good to see.
And that on the stop there was cameraman Ben Nicholas's brother, Will Nicholas.
Big freshman year for him.
Will has gotten a lot of minutes, and there is Ben.
Aww.
Hey, Ben.
Looks so cute
What a
up there on the
cutie.
roof.
His brother made a nice tackle to force a 3rd and 9. Snap is taken, drop back, fire, caught out in the flat. Nice job evading, still on his feet, and picks up a Haddonfield first down. On the reception was Jack McKeever.
And McKeever had that curl route reception earlier. He's been active on this drive. A great way to stay on his feet, get that couple extra yardage. And once again, they go to him and pick up the first down.
So Haddonfield putting together another nice drive here, a bit of a sustained drive, and now a pitch to the outside, and a nice tackle there by a couple of Knight defenders.
Toss to the far side, the 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. Ball is moved up to the 22-yard line.
And there you take a look at some of our other cameramen. That's Richie, and you see Owen there in the back.
Really thankful for our camera crew.
Absolutely, and a nice tackle there for the Knights. Sterling's defense has really shown up in this 4th quarter, stopping the run. And obviously an encouraging sign if you're Des Wiggins, the head coach. That is Nate Schwartz on the stop.
A big tackle there for Nate Schwartz, who got one snap at quarterback tonight. What a fun night it is for him.
3rd and 11. In the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looking to the far side of the field, and passes incomplete. Intended receiver was Frank Fanaka.
Not to be confused with Frank Sinatra.
Was waiting for somebody to say it.
What up? Concussion.
And the crowd goes mild on that joke
Feel
there.
better. It's been 3 weeks, so.
Can't bat 1,000, Strauss.
I can't even bat 100, so.
Well, Strauss, didn't you?
Gotta have some self-confidence.
Strauss, didn't you?
I did bat 800 at a wiffle ball tournament.
And that one wiffle ball tournament.
Mr. Silver Slugger himself. I mean, I single-handedly carried that team, and we still found a way to lose.
We'll pretend like I didn't
Jake
exist.
and I had, you won Cy Young, I won Silver Slugger, and we still found a way to lose in the first round.
Pass was incomplete. Intended receiver, Jason Renock. So it'll result in a turnover on downs. Sterling will take over possession, looking to build another drive. And it looks like they're sending in Nate Schwartz at quarterback. Got some action earlier when Jathan Chandler went down with an apparent injury, but he came back. Now Schwartz in the game. And he hands this one off, bouncing it out, and brought down, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Let's take another look at this here.
Yeah, tried to bounce toward the outside, but a nice tackle made by Hutch Ryan on that play.
Gain on the carry to the 28-yard line.
And again, if you're just tuning in, we'll have soccer tomorrow. It is the Coaches Cup final. Sterling versus Eastern for all the marbles.
Yeah, and
we'll
Ben
cover that.
I'm so
at 6
sorry,
p.m.
Jake. I'm so sorry. Ben and I got a chance to watch the second half of the semifinals game between Eastern and Shawnee, and it was a great match. It ended, Eastern won on penalty kicks, but just a phenomenal match from start to finish.
Schwartz drops back, rolls out left. He's going to scramble, tries to make a man miss, and is brought down by multiple Haddonfield defenders. Clock is still running with 1:08 left.
And a great job by Haddonfield to read the run here by Schwartz, and great secondary forces by Brody Leonard, the sophomore, able to come in.
Third down.
After Dominic Ruffalo came in for the initial tackle.
So Sterling looking to run one more final play or two. So 3rd and 8. This is most likely the last play of the game as the clock is still running. Pitch, and it is out. And it looks like Haddonfield falls on it, and that should wrap this one up. Tough loss for the Knights as they're dropping another one to the Haddonfield Bulldogs, but it's not their last game of the season. They play Thursday against Maple Shade, so more Sterling football to be had. The final of this one, though, is 49-8. Thank you for tuning in with us. Jake Clark, Brian McLaren, and Connor Strauss, Dan Leakin in the booth. Thanks to Mr. K and our wonderful team.